Donald Trump, I heard you got convicted on 34 counts today. You were always a fraud, and this trial shows it. You see, Donald Trump, you are a loser. Remember how you said you liked people who weren't captured? You know, when you were talking about John McCain? He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured. Well, I like businessmen who don't go bankrupt. I like defendants who aren't convicted of felonies. And I like presidents who serve 2 terms and don't get voted out of office. But that's just me. You went bankrupt 6 fucking times. You are a fraud. And, oh yeah, you couldn't even make money off a casino. You know, you have managed to con these people so well. I admit, I'll give you that. You are a very, very awesome con man. You are great at it. Hell, you're supposed to be this great billionaire who can, you know, afford anything, and you can't even afford to pay, couldn't even afford to pay the $400 million. I mean, if you're half as rich as you say you are, you should have been able to do that all on your own and prove how rich you were. But you never released your tax returns. Why? Because you're a fraud. You're a liar. You're a piece of shit. And, you know, you've praised Vladimir Putin numerous times. You've praised Xi. You've praised Kim Jong-un. You alienated our allies. You left the Kurds to rot, you fucking coward. You also, freed, like, I don't know, what was it, 5,000 Taliban, including their current leader, or something like that. Yeah, you're a complete piece of shit. But we're moving on from that, Donnie boy. You know, I'd hate to be the one to dump the potatoes on your head. You know, those mashed potatoes, you dump mashed potatoes on your head, but this is the truth. You are now a convicted felon. And, but you know, the thing is that you received 5 draft deferments because of your bone spurs. It's like you were too much of a pussy to go over there. And, you know, I really must give you credit, though. You've conned millions of people. And, you know, you got 20,000 people to show up for January the 6th and storm the Capitol. You committed treason. And you're also a terrorist. You attempted to use it was the unlawful use of force to achieve a political objective, which is exactly what you tried to do. You are a terrorist. And, anyway, it's really, really unbelievable that you have managed to get as far as you have. Now, admittingly, that is to your credit. You are an effective con. You have lied, cheated, and conned your way to where you are today. And I'll admit that that's pretty impressive. You really know how to play people, but that's about all you know how to do. Some of my favorite quotes from you are, "The moon is a part of Mars. The kidney has a special place in the heart. The Spanish flu ended World War II." And a few others that I could name. Oh yes, and the Continental Army captured British airports and all that stuff in the Revolution. You know, things like that. You have proven to be very ignorant of history, astronomy, as well as medical science. Remember that time when you said, "Can't we inject Lysol to get rid of COVID-19? No. But anyway, we all know that you have all the best words, you hire all the best people, you drive a lot of them away, but you do hire some decent people sometimes, and you have all the best con artistry." It's just, you know, Trump, you're not going to give up, I know that, but we get to watch your downfall. You know, and you will go down in history as probably the worst president ever, and maybe not that, but you're definitely going to be in the bottom 5. I mean, you are worse than George W. Bush. You are worse than Jimmy Carter. You are worse than Herbert Hoover. You're even worse than James fucking Buchanan. And it's just, you know, and you know how they say you're the pro-law enforcement president? Well, you issued all those pardons. That is some bullshit. You didn't build the wall that you said you were going to build. I mean, it's like, I even issued a challenge to you on my Facebook where I said, Donald Trump, if you're half as rich as you say you are, donate $1 million to We the People Will Build the Wall. And guess what? You didn't donate. The biggest donation I remember was like $50,000. If you are half as rich as you say you are, you should have been able to drop $1 million into that in a heartbeat. Because that's like pocket change if you were as rich as you said you were, which you're not by any means. You see, the thing is, Trump, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. There's a lot in front of you, but not a lot behind that. You know, it's just a big hollow shell. A big, hollow, fat, orange shell. And, you see, the thing about you, Trump, is that you are utterly disgusting. You are an ignoramus, you are a loser, and you are a failure. You hide it pretty well, I'll give you that, but you suck. And, you know, you left the Kurds to rot in Iraq, in northern Iraq and Syria, to Turkey. You also, and then of course you also fucked up in Afghanistan astronomically. Like you stationed, like you left like 2,000 troops there. They could have been overrun any time by the number of Taliban. There were like 60,000 Taliban in the country at the time. And it's just really, really ridiculous that the American people would even consider giving you a second chance. The Republican Party has turned into a fucking joke. And, frankly, you know, I'm not a big fan of Biden. I don't like him one bit. But he's better than you. Hell, I'd vote for a fucking, you say, oh, he's just Sleepy Joe, oh, yes. Well, you probably don't remember the verdict on the trial because you slept through most of it, but you were convicted on 34 felony counts. Anyhow, in regards to Sleepy Joe, I don't care if he's shitting in his pants and can't even remember who Kamala Harris is. I don't care if he can't even remember who Hunter Biden is, or Beau Biden is, or was. I would still vote for him if he didn't remember his own name over you, if it means keeping you out of office, because you were a fucking disaster. Pretty much everyone who ever worked for you said, don't vote for this guy. John Bolton said it, Jim Mattis said it, you know, John Kelly said it. You know, it's just really, really amazing. Oh yeah, and John Kasich was also against you. Not even Dick Cheney will support you now, and he's a die-hard Republican. He's about as Republican as you can get, at least old-school Republican. It's just ridiculous that anyone would ever vote for you, but hey, you're pretty much the right-wing Jim Jones. And I'll give you that. Again, you have a way with words, and you certainly know how to manipulate people. And it's really quite sad that you just won't go away. And you did this all to yourself. If you had just stayed in the background and conned people, this wouldn't be happening. But since you decided to run for office, get elected, and you lost the popular vote twice, by the way, which no other president has done. Yet you managed it. And, but you see, the thing is you kept saying the system was rigged in 2016. Truth is, it was rigged in your favor. Hillary Clinton beat you out by 3 million votes. You are such a bullshitter. Everything you believe in is shit. Well, you don't really believe in anything, so you don't even have politics. And, but anyway, that's all for now, Donnie. Again, I'm sorry to dump this big bowl of mashed potatoes on your head. Yes, I've read Too Much and Never Enough that exposes you. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all. Peace.